Hello, my fellow Wanaka Club Pale Dry Ginger Ale. I'm Mr. Church. Today I'm going to be building right here, which is next to right there, and over here and over by that thing. It's by this place, just south of that area. And what we're going to be doing here is building in this area. I found this spot in the corner of the road, and there is a tricycle in the lawn. I put that there to cover up a tree, get off my back about it. There's these two big trees here, and I'm going to be building a colonial style house between them, and these big trees will kind of remind us of when we were powerful and rich. Not really. I'm going for more of a 1700s, 1800s colonial house, not like a later style. When I'm building, I always use these striped planks because it allows me to line it up better. And if I want to use something later, it works out just fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Old Glory chimney in the middle of two walls, and that's going to be so fun, and I won't have to redo it 7 times. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the walls on the house. We're going to double wall it. I do end up double walling that middle area as well later on, but I tried it with the exposed rock face originally. Now, what we're going to need to do is get a doorway in the middle of these two walls so that we have something to snap that to. If you don't have the catwalk, you can move over by exactly half a foundation using the upper floor. That'll let you snap over just as fine. This is what I used to do before catwalks existed. It still works to this day. What about that? Isn't that bananas? What is it? I don't. So we need to have the doorway in the middle, but these walls are in the way, and we need to destroy them. So these specific walls from the abandoned mine set, they don't have collision when they're destroyed. They turn into the yellow texture instead. Other walls will have physical shit that it leaves behind when you burn them. So turning them into this, then burning them allows you to snap other stuff through them a lot easier, which will allow us to snap this in the middle of these two walls. That's fine. Now what I'm going to do is I also want the rock of the fireplace to go down into the ground. So I'm going to get rid of that after I put a piece up there to kind of hold my position. Now I'm going to do something that's super fun, and that is also going to get me arrested because it's cheating the system. And so every time you do this, you're going to want to get ready to run, hitch your pants up, make sure you got your belt on. The fun police are coming, and I can hear the sirens already. Now, I want to warn you guys that when you do this, it's a glitch and a hack, and it's going to cause the servers to crumble. This is actually what caused the apocalypse. If you don't know, getting underneath a map to place an item down in your camp that won't go down through the ground is what led to the Great War. Unfortunately, that's the only thing we can do to get this in, and my fireplace is pretty fucking important, if you ask me. I realize that no one asked me, but using this specific thing that I just drop merged down using that pressure plate, I didn't explain how to do any of that. If you want to know how I just did the thing in the tutorial, instead of watching the tutorial, I'll link a different tutorial that you can watch. Go watch that one, then you can learn how to do this tutorial, and that way you don't have to watch this tutorial, okay? Now that we've figured that out, I'm gonna be snapping the long bits. And if you're under the ground, you can actually toggle between free cam and no free cam, which is really nice because you can pick stuff up above the ground and then go below the ground and still have it in your hands, which is nice. But now that that's there, you can snap that to the bottom. That will not snap down there unless you're under the map. So, in my opinion, worth the Great War. Too bad everybody died. You know, that was unfortunate, but sometimes great art requires great sacrifice, and on that theme, we're going to continue with this build because, boy, isn't it fun and worth it. Hope you're enjoying watching this, because you're going to have to watch it over and over again because I keep fucking up, and I have to redo this part. So, order of importance is very important with this build, because certain things have to be done before other things can be done, and then if you do them out of order and you mess something up, you have to do all of it over again. Don't worry, it's fun. Luckily, So, in fact, I messed up on purpose to do it more because I was having such a blast. What you're going to do, though, is I'm going to make a second floor, so we're going to burn that as well. Again, I turned it into the abandoned mine goofy wall. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I've never seen a wall like that in my life, to be completely honest with you. But whatever. You can snap these upwards as well. And then I'm going to be putting one of these in. Now, I want to warn you, make sure you have it how you want it. Because if you put this in a way you didn't want it, like, for example, with the stairs going into the the rock, whatever the hell that is, you can't get it out. This is holding. This is what's holding up the walls, guys. Okay, obviously they're not sitting on a foundation, so you can't get rid of them until you get rid of the walls because it's holding the walls up. Obviously, you know the doorways that float on their own. It's holding those up. So obviously you can't get rid of it. Well, how could you? Anyway, you just have to destroy all the walls, get rid of all of them. And then once you destroy all the walls, then you can get rid of it, okay? And then put it how you actually want it. I really recommend working with these stair prefabs. Luckily, this one comes on the season pass, so hopefully you can unlock that. You can get your shit stuck in your camp no problem pretty soon. Anyway, I do this again, and as I did it, like, I was starting to get an erection because I was enjoying it so much. So I was like, I wonder if there's something I can do to make sure I'll have to do it again later. So just keep watching because this is going to be a real blast for us all. Now, I'm putting this ranch house roof over here because it has a ceiling on the bottom, so we can have a ceiling downstairs. And the nice thing is you can snap upper floors through that. Of course, this is out of order as well because we still need to do a rock wall on this end. So I'm actually going to get rid of the floor that I just put in. Don't put that in yet. This is just a disaster, you know? As I realize, just do what you did on the other side. You know, it's easy. We loved doing it. And don't forget to do the thing where you go under the map first as well, because I didn't do that and I had to go do it again. Now, you will, of course, as you can see, this one won't snap in on this side because I put the stairs in. You know how the stairs keep you from putting that stuff in? I didn't either, so I guess I'll have to do that again. That's fine. I liked it, as I said before. In fact, I was just looking for new ways to be able to do things more and more. Now, if you were to ask me, like, what the order is that you put this stuff in, that you do the things, I couldn't fucking tell you. You know, I was just, it was a horrible time. I loved it, though, because, well, it's just, the pain is the only thing that's real, is what they say in the song that one time. But yeah, it's a great time. So I want to actually have a fireplace downstairs and upstairs on this end. And so that's going to be fun because that's an extra thing that we need to figure out because it's fine. I turned that one into a normal wall, then I could destroy it. Because I don't know why I would even bother telling you that at this point. Because if you choose to do this of your own free will, you have more problems than I do, you know, and I can tell you there's a long list. Laundry list. Why do the people say that? I've never made a list when I was doing laundry. Have you? Well, get the socks. Now I got the shirt. Oh, I forgot to wash the pants. Oh. Anyway, as you can see, this won't snap in, and that's because the stairs are there. Do you know what that means, folks? We have to destroy those walls again and make them all over again, which is good because I like doing that. Anyway, yeah. So just to demonstrate what I was saying before, even though the walls on the side are being held up by the foundation, I can't get rid of the stairs until these walls are gone. And the stairs are what's keeping me from being able to snap that in right there. And I need it there because it's a 2-story thing. So I need to destroy these yet again. And then I'll be putting this here. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot. No, I'm getting rid of this and then putting this here. And then I'll go up another level as well. This side will just be like this. And so we can just get rid of these two. put the walls back in, then do it again. It's not as bad as you may think. It's worse, you know? It's actually worse than you thought it was going to be. Anyway, the bottom one has to be burned out, but the top one doesn't because we're not going to put the problematic fireplace piece in the middle area, so that thing will just snap through stuff. That one's fine. As you can see, that works. This is how we want the things to be. Before I put the stairs in, I'm going to actually like put the walls going up all the way. I'm going to go ahead and double wall them. I'm scared. I don't want to do it again. And to double wall, by the way, when you can't get a foundation in, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. One, you can use a door. So put a door in, change the wall to the doorway to a normal wall. That'll allow you to destroy the wall because there's no more support. Now you can actually take a doorway and snap it backwards to the door, and now you can put a wall inside there like you normally would, and then of course you can stack on top of that one to keep the double wall going up. The other way is with catwalks. You can build over by a little bit, put a half wall going down, get rid of the catwalk and get rid of the inner wall, put a catwalk back, and then you can snap a wall this way, facing that way, snapping to the catwalk instead of to the foundation. Get rid of that stuff, and then of course you can double wall that because that'll snap to the foundation. You can stack it, blah blah blah. That's how you can do it the two ways. Special. Love that. So I'm also going to double wall this area as well, and like I said, I'm going to also double wall the middle area, but for now, let's put this in and ruin our lives. So be very careful, make sure it's how you want it. Obviously, this won't go in now because the fireplace is in the way. So you actually have to get rid of the bottom fireplace piece, but not the middle one. Because if the bottom one is in the way, the stairs can't go in. And if the middle one isn't out and the stairs go in, the middle one can't go back. So don't get rid of that one or you'll die. If you put this in right now, if you could somehow, you would have to redo the walls again. So make sure, you know what? I don't recommend building this, okay? Like you can watch it, but it's more of a cautionary tale than a tutorial, I would say, okay? Like, if you want to go and do this, that's fine. But I really think therapy is a better solution, okay? Anyway, that's fine. The end product isn't worth it. Anyway, I'll turn this around so the stairs are the way I want them. I guess I want them this way because now they're in there like that. I can't get them out. And now that they're in here, I had a heart attack because this was red, but it does go in. It does go in. Don't worry. Everything's fine. That was easy. Now, of course, that could have been done in one shot if I knew what I was doing and had done it in the right order and had realized the rules of the game, but I didn't know them. Okay. Anyway, you can get rid of these things, and if you put the actual the wall set we're using, burn them. It's what is it called? Fire hazard bundle? Why is it called that? It looks nothing like anything that you would correlate with those words. Anyway, if you burn those, you can double archway them. You can also double archway the brick set and the metal set that come in the game. And maybe the army base set. Not sure about that one. Snap these roofs in. Eventually they will. But you do have to swear at the screen and get angry because they don't just go in. Why would they? That'd be idiotic if you could just snap the roof in the first time you tried. Let's try 700 times and then it will be better. Now you can snap the end caps in and copious amounts of smoke pours out that I wish you could turn off. Maybe that would be good, but no, you can't, so that's just on fire. Now over here, I took these out because even though I did it already, I thought I had such a fun time on the other side doing it 100 times. I wanted to do it again and again on this side. So what I'm going to do is I need to actually do the one that's going into the ground because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to snap all the way down in my sweater, go under the map. And I want to warn you guys, viewer discretion is advised while I'm underneath this map here. It is really bad. I've been told by someone in the comments section how evil I was. Now, once you're done committing war crimes, you can put the things in. But I want to warn you, 18th time, that if you want to put upper floors in here, you actually have to put those in before you put this Old Glory in, and that's both of them, the one on the bottom as well. In fact, it was probably just the one on the bottom that was intersecting, but why bother checking, you know? Just destroy stuff and do it again. That's what I like to do. And then that'll snap right through there, which is nice. It's really nice how forgiving the build menu is, you know? The restrictions in the game barely exist. You can do whatever you want. Anything you can dream of, you can do. Except for, like, the stuff you want to do, have fun and stuff. That's fun. I liked that we did all that. And I'm glad that I spent this time doing these things. So, as you can see, it's looking great, I guess. So I'm just going to turn the things that are going to be windows into windows so that we can tell what we're looking at. So I'm going for like this colonial style, obviously an older style. There are, you know, the wall you can see in the fireplace because of how these fireplaces work. They're supposed to snap into a doorway, so that's ugly. Okay, but I'll figure out a way to fit. I don't know. If you want to replace these upper floors to something else, you'll find that the roof actually has a bigger hitbox, and if it's getting in the way, you can flip it up, change it to something else, and flip it back down. I also got this idea from someone in one of my live streams to put these glass windows in, but also before I show that, I have realized this fence doesn't snap here, right? Because it only snaps to the middle. And that was actually on purpose because see how it looks better that way? What? Anyway, I found out that this will snap to this fence for no reason, and then you can get rid of the fence, and then you can snap around, but it doesn't go the right way. So don't worry, you can flip it by snapping it to itself. That makes sense. Then I'll take the one on this end and put it over here. Because that's, you know, how they... It's good. I hope that they make more fences like this because I think they're really good. Now you're going to burn the wall of the house because then you can put the fence in. Everything just has to be destroyed. Now, the thing I mentioned before, it's a really good idea. I've seen other people doing this. But the way that I did it is with using the army base set because when it breaks, it has just a really nice breakage texture that allows you to slap half walls in there pretty easily. So change all the walls that are windows into the army base set, go around, burn the hell out of them, and that's going to be really fun. You know, you can kind of let out some of that rage that you've been building up as you've been building the fireplace 700 times. Once you repair it all, and then go back into build mode, you can look at it, and then just change it back to the thing you wanted it to be in the first place, which is the fire hazard wall side. And it's called the fire hazard wall, because you know how it looks nothing like anything relating to fires, hazards, or anything like that. So it's really easy to remember the name of it, because it's just such a hazardous fire. It looks so... Anyway, that looks really cool, I think, with the windows in there. And, because, yeah, it does have kind of a, like a shelled out look if you don't have window panes in those windows. So it does add a lot as well. And also, see how these lights are horrific? That's just because Bethesda, they're blind. The people that work there are blind. Probably from looking at those lights, I don't know. Anyway, so I thought it would be a really cool idea to put this tiki torch from the season pass in the wall because it has a really nice glow. And then when you repair it, it's nice because it's closer to the inner wall, so you can't actually see the glow outside. But when you go inside, it's just got this really nice glow, a nice warm glow. Isn't that cool? That's a technique we can use. Just kidding, because when you change servers, the light is turned off. The tiki torch is turned off automatically, because you know how the wind blew it out when you weren't online, I guess, is what the idea was. So that's not what we're going to do. Let's get rid of that, and just forget any ideas that you had of being happy and joyful at any point in your life. Also, Vapid Valentine, who is a very smart individual and gives me a lot of cool ideas, came by and gave me some cool ideas, and I'm going to tell you what they are. But first, I changed this to the pavilion wall, and it kind of looks like the windows pulled up. Like, you know how old houses had like those wooden window frames with like the poured glass in them? I think it looks pretty cool, and yeah, let's look at it a little bit. Okay. One of the things that V suggested was to change this inner wall, and it will look, have kind of a cool texture on the outside right there. And then she also gave this idea to create kind of an overhang porch roof thing over the front door out of these suitcases, which just so happen to be the exact color of the house. So by putting them in a stack like this, I'm gonna redo this, by the way. This is just to show you how I was kind of like seeing if it would work, so I wasn't really like making it good, but I redid this so it doesn't look all fucky. But this is the idea. You merge those two down, then you place them on something which you can then reverse merge. The poker chip, which fell out of Vapid Valentine's pants. She's been gambling a lot lately with her own happiness by logging into this game, I think, is what was going on. Anyway, once you have that poker chip being the thing that holds it up, you can go over to your camp module and you can do something called the reverse merging, which is when you place the poker chip and it drops down. So it actually, you're drop merging. But we call it reverse merging just to be backwards. I mean, we are playing Fallout 76, so let's keep with the theme of things working the opposite of how you would think they would. This will allow us to place the poker chip on the step, which is going to hover that above the door, making it look good. By the way, Vapid Valentine has some really cool builds on her YouTube channel, which I'm going to link in the description, and I recommend going and checking her out because she has really, really good camps, and she also just uploaded a Sims build that is Fallout themed, and I think it's really pretty cool. You should check it out and give her a subscription. It's free on YouTube. Subscription services usually aren't free, but this time around I guess they were. If you want to subscribe to me because you like watching this video, you can do that as well, but I don't really recommend that because the cancer. Now look at this. You can have it actually looking good. How about that? Turns out if you apply yourself, things aren't as bad as you once thought. She also gave me this idea to put these Helvetian window canopies across here to create this cool overhang. Too bad it sucks to do. Unfortunately, here's the thing about Vapid Valentine's ideas. Really good and really neat. Fuck, because I have to do them. You know? Like, I don't want to do this, and I don't think you're going to want to do this either, because these things are always crooked. They don't snap to the wall flat. So they're crooked, and then you have to intersect and overlap them because they're not the right width. But I really do appreciate Vapid Valentine. I just didn't appreciate that one moment, okay? And I can say that. We're just being honest. And also, she said if I stuck something backwards, like the back of a painting, into the fireplace, we could put some wallpaper on the end. Because I was avoiding putting wallpaper on the end walls because of the fireplace issue. But I tried making this this blueprint here. So what I did was I blueprinted a floor item and then this painting on this side of the wall. And I called it fire cover. Because the idea was I was going to cover the fireplace. So I thought by naming it that I would find it in the menu easier. And just so happens I did by reading with those letters over there. So anyway, I shoved this in and it worked really good and nice, I guess. Not really, because I made it. Anyway, if it's not going in and you're trying this, try adjusting up and down a little bit. I know those are all what she said, but eventually it will be at the right height and you can shove it in there just so good. Unfortunately, I will have to admit, I chose this back of the painting because I thought that's what she meant, but she said it looked like the darkest, blackest void and devoid of all texture. And that doesn't matter. Like, who cares if she's right? I don't want to do that again. And so I did it again and used a different painting. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Just do whatever you want. If you're building your camp, don't let other people push you around. Even if their ideas are better than yours, just do something that's worse if it's easier. That's my point of view. And it's been working so far, I'd say. Anyway, like I said, if it's like not going in, you can adjust it minutely. And one of the ways you can do that is with like these thick carpets. It'll raise it up just a little bit, and then it might work a little bit better. Like I said, I end up using a different painting later, but this is the idea of what I did, so you can do that. Also, I got this idea for a better way to work with the display chessboards from Reka Wolf, and I'm going to link her video in the description, which you should check out as well. Jesus! Oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. Sometimes it causes excruciating pain crediting someone for their idea instead of pretending that you came up with it yourself. But I was able to survive that one, and hopefully, as you guys see me working through this agony, you might be able to be inspired by my bravery and strength, and to try some of that yourself. I don't know, it's something that could work as well. And that's just something I like to do, because even though it's funny to steal other people's ideas, kind of like, Thomas Edison or some shit, it's kind of boring after a while being in federal prison. So as like a general way to live my life, I've tried avoiding that. So I thought I would in this situation as well. And also, I guess to respect other people, but not too much. I don't really like doing that. Anyway, what the basic idea is, you're going to put the display on a small junk item, pick up that junk item, and then you can actually drop merge the display down into the item. And you do it so much so that when you pick up the junk item, the display case is actually shoved under the floor. And this allows you to place it anywhere. You can place it on the floor, you can place it on another item, and this is way better than the method I showed in my junk item display case thing video, unfortunately. Thanks a lot, Ricky, for that one. But no, it's way better. It's way easier because you don't have to think ahead. You don't have to like plan out what you're gonna do. Oh, am I gonna have to merge a display case into this later? So you can like place it after the fact, so it actually feels like you're decorating. Like that's one of the hard parts about like trying to drop merge this stuff down into like the floor or into a big piece of furniture, is you kind of have to plan around it. In this way, you can kind of just find junk and shove it in. By the way, I went to Prickett's Fort for all this Colonial era stuff, and I had a good haul from it. So I just kind of put stuff around in there. If the junk item is too small, or the thing you're trying to display is too small, you can use like a different kind of junk item, like put it next to it or something and drop it down so that it looks like the item is sitting next to whatever it is you've merged down. But it's pretty nice. Sometimes it's a little hard to pick the item up under the ground if it's too small, but it is something that with enough perseverance and perspiration and persecution you can pick up and do. So this is the finished product. I guess we finished it already. You probably didn't expect me to finish so soon and so quickly, but that's something that I've been doing my whole life. I kind of like how it looks, and I love how there's two chimneys kind of framing it. They're kind of like symmetrical. Looks, I think, pretty good. Wow, there's a tree in my lips. Anyway, I'm going to slowly circle the house like that guy was doing last night to yours. That wasn't me, by the way. It's someone that looks like me, but he's different in some ways. Anyway, I saw the other day someone said that I talk too much. And so I've been trying to slow that down, say fewer less, word less. littler things. And so far, I think I'm doing pretty good, wouldn't you say? I barely have said anything this whole video, at least nothing important or helpful. So that's a first step. Now over here, I have the clear weather machine merged down into this generator. And the house is off the grid. There's nothing powered in there, but I did want to have clear weather because I have depression. So I put it on there, trigger that, it goes away, bugs can't eat it, it doesn't throw off the vibes, and it keeps you looking so sunny and happy and warm because the thing is still there and working. It's just kind of in the void. So that's nice. Is it cheating the system? I don't know. You'll have to ask that angry old man whenever he's done in the bathroom putting on extra baby powder. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of detail in like the design of it, even though it's like a kind of small and simple shape. There's an attention to detail in like the theme of it, the elements. Those moths, by the way, are really cool to put around lamps, but don't worry about where you see the moth piece sitting. This you could put corn there, I guess, if you wanted to. This bust is holding the door open, pretend, because you need some nice flowing air. Anyway, as you can see, I used a different painting in the fireplace so that Vapid Valentine would love me. And I don't know if it worked, if it was too late. I hope it wasn't, but she can let me know in the comments. Please tell me 100 times below in the comments, please. For Christ's sake, please don't. Oh no. Anyway, I have put a pocket watch there so I can tell, but you already know what time it is. Time for me to stop making fucking stupid jokes and show you this oversized Nixie tube that V also put there because, you know, why should I do anything when she can just make my house look better? But for real, she actually is extremely artistic and talented. She gave me the idea for that gun there and the antler chunks. So I do really respect and appreciate her. It's hard to say nice things. It hurts. I have some kind of ulcer now, but you should check out her YouTube channel, I guess, so you can appreciate it as well. I just, like, don't make me say stuff like that anymore. I'm tired of it. It's getting sickening. Anyway, as you can see, the poker chip works well for, like, the teacup, and this has the Homer's ball in there, which is like a fan favorite to use for making tutorials on how to do that, I guess. Anyway, over here I've put a bucket that has piss in it. I don't know. The flowers, V gave me those flowers. Isn't that nice? It was like a house. They're dead. Over by the window, over by the window, there's this mammarish vase. And some of this is floor decor and some of it's displayed stuff. That's a hide bundle. I hoped it looked like wrapped up meats. This idea also, unfortunately, I gotta say, Vapid Valentine's. You know, I was hoping that I could just claim all this stuff was my idea, but I think that she is watching. So, because she is, I guess I'll let you know. Fine. She said to put it in the window. And she had this idea to put this incense burner in it. So, well, she told me to do it and then just left and made me figure it out. So, I hope she had a nice time at Meat Week while I was over here with her pies. Anyway, I would say that I do have pretty healthy friendships with the people in my life. Yes, why do you ask? Put this back. I reverse merged those items, stacked them up, and put them in the doorway, and then turned it back into the wall. That's how I did it. I forgot to tell you that. But I don't think anyone asked, to be honest. Okay. Over here is like a mini kitchen, I guess, where you could have more stuff and cook more things. This one's bricked up, kind of like I was last night. There's more decor on the wall there. And then upstairs, I wanted it to kind of just be kind of rotten a little bit, but still like maybe someone lives up here. And I got the inspiration for this when I tried to visit some family and I had to sleep in a barn and there were spiders the size of my fist coming down in the night trying to eat me. And it was really just really hospitable. Loved it, not going back. But that's where I got the idea for like the big old chunky windows and the tetanus and stuff like that. But I don't know why I'm looking at these things so much. Like, I guess they're pretty cool stash boxes there, Billy. You're right. Let's not edit that out. Let's just, you look at that as long as you need. And then you can do your hair. Yeah, that's also good. And I put the little yarn in the hide bundle next to the spinning wheel. And then there's like some other things and stuff. I tried to, it's really actually hard to clutter when you're trying to use only like a certain theme of items. Like I was kind of limited to try to use like Colonial, 1800s, stuff like that. And I guess I started having nightmares that the Brotherhood of Steel was going to come by, but then President Garvey came instead, and I was like, oh god, thank goodness you're here. Also, I'm not putting anything on this shelf, you know? I'm not going to drop merge shit on that. I'm done dancing for the man. I'm not doing that. If you want to put stuff on your shelf, why don't you drop merge it 100 times? Anyway, I think I like how it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. I just wanted to try something a little different than what I usually do, and I'm usually doing pretty weird, dumb stuff. So that really limited what I was able to think of. But yeah, I actually enjoyed doing this because, like I said, it's very different from what I usually do. I'm usually doing like junky stuff, scrappy stuff, sometimes modern stuff. This is completely different from any of that stuff. And I hope that it gives you inspiration and that the video itself gives you some canker sores as you're gnawing on the inside of your lip in suspense, because you're just like, wow, I just can't wait to see the next couple seconds of this one. What a page turner. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Thank you so much to my patrons and channel members for your support. While I don't remotely understand it, I do appreciate it so much. If you're interested in joining me on Patreon for some weird reason, the link for that is in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video.